Halo, Assalamualaikum. Selamat siang, teman-teman. Kita sambil nunggu narasumbernya, Kak Ipin, untuk bisa join ya. Oh. Mhm. Halo, Assalamualaikum, Kak
Waalaikum.
Ipin. How are you
Hello.
today? Hi, how are you
I'm
today? Is my
good.
voice
Thank you.
okay?
Yes, the voice is okay.
Okay.
So,
So I
how about you?
already
Can you hear
invite.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I already
Okay.
invited Miss Kimi, but I think she asked for time for praying, so we'll just start and we'll wait for her. We'll have her during our talk show. Oh, she's
Okay.
here. Wait,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she's here. She's here.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Hi, Miss
Waalaikumsalam.
Kimi. How are you?
Wow, black and white.
Black and white. Okay, so it's already like 1:30, so we'll just start, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, we would like to say hi to our viewers. Assalamualaikum. Thank you for having joining us here. And now we will introduce our woman of the day. Her name is Miss Ipin, Ivin. So Miss Ipin is known as a person who is full of motivation and high dedication. This brings us to the HR professionals for almost 18 years in various industries. Wow, this is amazing, 18 years.
Quite
So she
quite long,
focuses,
yeah.
yeah, it's very long. She focuses on building positive changes in organization culture, developing motivated employee, and increase organizational effectiveness in several HR areas. And with her competency, she started her way into the business world by building a business in a retail distribution by partnering with one of the larger meat providers, as well as developing a collaboration with startups to support the business. Wow, this is so amazing. I mean, meat,
So busy.
about, yeah, about meat, it's not a lot of people would like to do this sort of business.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a fancy business, right?
Yeah, so in addition, she will develop the consulting agency in people development through potential talent mapping. So her goal in life is to share knowledge and helping other people to, as her experience also, have more time together with family. Wow, nice, nice goals, nice dream to help other people to have more time with families, right?
Yes,
Yes,
at the
right.
Okay,
end.
so yeah, so now we have also Miss Kimmy as our trainer, licensed in STIFIn. So Miss Kimmy, would you like to tell
Like,
would you like to tell to us about what is STIFIn concept?
yeah, Stephen concept, Stephen concept about a Stephen is a simple when we call about sensing, thinking, intuiting, instinct, and feeling. It's about our brain machine in in every human, and sensing is a specific brain machine for uh because of our sense it came from the sensing, and then thinking, the K word from thinking is think. So every thinking uh always brain machine which have thinking and logic and management to think. And then uh intuiting our brain machine in our right neocortex. So the intuiting have a creative and special quotient. And then feeling is uh, our limbic, our right limbic. So feeling have a keyword for feel. So this is have high sympathy and empathy. The K from the feeling is love. And in this moment, we will explain about someone special in this moment from intuiting introvert. This is personality genetic from Stephen. And Miss Evin is our sample from intuiting introvert. Intuiting is her brain machine and introvert is her drive. Drive is introvert in Stephen so different with psychology because drive is something which uh, intuiting take to think how to have perspective from intuiting to think something like Miss Evin because Miss Evin is intuiting introvert, so Miss Evin will be take from herself to share the others, to share the creativity. That's different than intuiting extrovert take from uh, another people around of the intuiting extrovert to take something to get a creativity. Well, uh, how about Miss Evin? Do you have a personality intuiting introvert? What do you feel? What do you think?
Yeah.
As long as you be a intuiting introvert.
Okay, so I know about Stephen is like 2 years ago. Because at that moment I was in Bali. I'm visit one of our brands in Bali, and I met one of the STIFIn promoter, and then I start curious. I want to know what is actually STIFIn concept, right? So then I did a test, and then I know that my personality genetic is intuiting introvert. At that time, I got explanation about this intuiting introvert. To be honest, I bit quite curious about this concept because I'm an HR. So I think that as an HR person, I should know about myself, about my personal genetic first before I do my job as an HR to help a business leader or even doing all of my job at my work, of course. So that's why even though I'm quite busy with my work, I still allocate my and spending my weekend to join the training about STIFIn, and then and then I also take a test to all of my family as well. So right now it's already around 2 years. I know more about STIFIn, and I would say that this STIFIn is actually really helpful. I mean, to help me knowing about my personality genetic, and then also help me to know about my family, my husband, my parents. So give me a guidance how to know each other, and then we start to compromise with their strength and then sometimes with their weakness, and then it helps me to focus with their strength rather than their weakness. That's actually my experience about STIFIn. And if I want to correlate with myself, I could find, I mean, like most of description about the intuiting introvert is on me. But then I try to be a bright intuiting introvert because, as we know, as a person, we are not a perfect person, right? We are not a perfect human being. So that's why we keep learning, we keep improve ourselves, because in STIFIn concept itself also give a guidance to us how we can be a better person by focusing with our brain positioning or with our uh, 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 primary potential. That's what I learned from STIFIn.
Wow. So STIFIn so very relevant in your life, right?
Yes.
And then intuiting introvert is the most unique, and or someone said intuiting introvert very strong personality genetic than the others. Because of that, uh, the woman have intuiting introvert personality genetic sometimes like look a gentle, but intuiting introvert for the boy or the man look like a softly personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened because of disorientation from the intuiting, especially intuiting introvert because of very unique. What do you feel in yourself about that disorientation? You feel more have strong or power like the boy or the man?
Well, I would say I don't know it is a distortion or not, but I would say if I was talking about myself, yes, I am. I don't feel any fear if I have a lot of challenges in my life, of course, right? So I don't bother to be a bad guy for sometimes. I don't bother if someone don't like me. It's okay as long as I know what I do. I mean, I know why I have to do this or that, and I know what is the reason. I don't mind. That's maybe explain that sometimes it's not like you know like a girly personality, something like that. But sometimes when I with my family, with my children, I also can be like you know, like a mom who's always keep giving a hug to their baby. I can do that kind of the character. I can combine it. Sometimes I can be a strong woman. I feel like so assertive to my children, but then it depends on the situation because I have three boys. Can you imagine, right? I want, yeah, uh, I want to give a learning to my son that at the end they will become a father, become have a dependence, and in my mind they have to be a strong man. That's why I think it's thanks God I'm as an intuiting introvert with have a strong personality, and I can give a good role to my son to become a big man someday in the future.
Well, how about Miss Sandy? What do you think when you look intuiting, especially intuiting introvert like Miss Yuvin?
Okay, actually, I just know her, yeah, yesterday, but we already talked on the phone. I was like, I think as if I have known her for like years. So we talked yesterday on the phone almost 2 hours.
Yes,
I had to
exactly.
cut, I had to cut off the
Oh,
call because I have to pick up my son from school. Can you imagine
Mm-hmm.
that? I never met her. I don't even know who she is. I never spoke to her, and she called me, and we spoke 2 hours already.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
2 hours. That's
What
a
do you think,
lot.
Miss Kimmy? I think intuiting is not kind of that personality, right? But I can do it.
Yes, because of I'm intuiting, but I'm intuiting extrovert, and I have the a mom. My mom is intuiting introvert.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see Miss Yuvin, so I like I meet my mom.
Is there
Okay,
a lot of similarity?
Yeah. So Miss Kimmy, where could people find more information about STIFIn?
Yes. Well, for everybody which want to know about a STIFIn, you can check on STIFIn Studio YouTube or on Instagram, or you can look at on STIFIn Institute, Instagram or Studio. I'm sorry, STIFIn Instagram or YouTube. Maybe every Saturday you can stay tuned on YouTube and you can know more about STIFIn from Miss Hide, director of STIFIn, because she always on ngopi manis bersama Miss Hidayah programs. You
Okay, so
can
that's
stay
live
tuned
program,
every
yeah?
Saturday night. Huh?
That's a live program. It's a live program in YouTube, right?
Yes, program from STIFIn Institute, from Center of STIFIn Institute.
Okay. Okay, so it's a complete information about STIFIn. And now we get back to Miss Ifin. So how long have you been working on the last division as an HR, right? So
Yeah.
in as an HR in exactly what position? I mean, in the previous company, what sort of company it is? You don't have to say the name.
Okay. Um, Actually, I just leave my last company like around 8 months ago, I think. And my last position at that time is I'm as a head of HR. So I start my career since 2002, quite a long, right? So after I take my master degree and then I continue to find a work, and then I start in the pulp and paper industry. At that time, already in the HR department, but in the training and development. And then after 2 years, I moved to a baby nutrition company, and still in the HR field. So because as we know that HR is actually have many division. If we want to start differentiate from one and each other. So after 2 years in pulp and paper industry, I moved to baby nutrition, and then beverage industry. It's for like 5 years again, and then oh no, it's around 3 years, and then I moved to multinational direct selling company for almost 7 years. So that's why my journey in career quite long, and I keep focus on HR basically.
Wow. It's amazing, you know.
Wow.
It's a hard part
If
nowadays.
Miss Ifin, may I know your education background before in your university?
Uh, I don't take any psychology actually. I take management, economic management, and then I continue to take quality and productivity major. At that time, I was take my I take my master in University of Malaysia.
Oh, that's so much with your personality because of HR is something the job for develop many people around of you, especially in your institution. Is it right? Are you happy to
Exactly,
do that?
exactly. Yeah, the one that makes me happy is actually I have a room for myself to meet a lot of people, and then when they come to me, we can have a discussion, and then they can ask me for a solution. And in the meantime, when I can give a solution, and this solution can be as a benefit for them, I feel so happy. That is actually why I like doing HR, and I would say that HR is my passion, because in that area I can do so many things where I can help a people, where I can support others, where I can use my intuition to develop something, to create something. That's what make me alive and keep working even though it's quite long, right? And then now, again, STIFIn is also influenced me to think about what will be my next future. Because you know, as an intuiting introvert, sometimes they're not only thinking for this moment, right? They also think for like a step ahead, right? Yes, exactly. So that's what happened to me as well. I just thinking that I've been working for so many years, right? And what will be my next journey? I have family, I have children. I think it's time for me. It's not only think about myself, right? So I decided to leave my last company, and then I start focus to have my own business actually. Even though I don't have any experience at all in my current business, but again, it's quite, I don't know, I would say maybe it's amazing or not, but of course it's because of the blessing from the God, I would say, right? Because within two months, I just like, okay, why we don't choose this location, and then I will choose this business, and then we start recruit employee, and then we start have a system, and then we choose this product, then we start create how to penetrate the market. That's what happened actually within 2 months, and I keep improve with my business, and I feel happy because again, I can meet my value where I can help other people as well. I can help my labor right now. I can develop them. They are actually the young people. I also introduce them with STIFIn. I also feel happy when I can give the insight from them, how they can develop themselves and to be as a better person for the time being. That's what happened in my life.
Wow, this is a really
Wow.
amazing story. So now we would like to ask about this HR function, accountant, and finance and IT function. Mostly, they think that this division is like supporting division, not as a business partner. So, what do you think about this?
Yes, it's true. Most of the company and even it's about the perspective, right? HR still as a support function. That's true. But then it depends how agile is the company itself, right? How they can look their employee is not as just as an someone who's doing their work only. We need a company who can open their mind that employee is it's really the good asset for the company. We need to develop them. We cannot just ask them to work, work, and work. Because when you see people happy and then people very motivated, it will automatically, they will give the best support to the company. So that's why it's also a challenge for HR person how they can be as a HR business partner, not only helping the business leader uh, to doing their job, but also HR itself has to become a business leader to support the business as well. That's my opinion.
Oh, okay. So it's a really important division, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's, of course, it needs support from the company itself, the management team.
Okay. So, Miss Kimi, any questions for Mr. Ipin?
Yeah, that a strength from the intuiting introvert, especially I'm so understand because the so happiest for intuiting, especially from intuiting introvert when take when get a problem solved to the others because intuiting is a problem solver and have many ideas. Be- that's why intuiting so very happy when she or he can share the idea and share the science from the mind because so difficult for pick a problem for intuiting when intuiting have many science but just for her or himself but for in Miss Evit she always share uh her science about HR or develop the others and a science about Stephen to push the other be a grow up be better. This is something which I challenge and so enjoy for intuiting, especially and most interesting for me because of intuiting so brave to try something new like Miss Yuvin.
Exactly.
She don't have a background from psychology, but she want to try to be HR and focus in HR. This is something which higher for intuiting because intuiting sometimes are difficult to focus because intuiting have idea want to do everything which uh, any in her idea but Miss Evin have a focus when I know maybe my I know about Miss Evin. Miss Evin have a coach or mentor around of Miss Evin, which inspiring Miss Evin to do something in every step in your business in your life. You
Well,
ever test your people around of you, right? Maybe you have
yeah.
like instinct or thinking person because instinct is coach for intuiting, and thinking is mentor for intuiting?
My husband actually the instinct person.
Oh, that's why you have a support from intuiting.
Exactly.
Intuiting very supportive for intuiting. Instinct
Yeah,
very, yes.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Before we know about Stephen, I already feel that my husband really support me. But when I know about Stephen, then I know better about this instinct person as well. And then we start learn together, and then we keep improve ourselves to complete each other.
Wow, you like my family because of my mom is intuiting and my daddy is instinct.
So no wonder if you talk to me, you feel like talk with your mom.
Yes, of course.
Nice couple.
Yes, nice
Okay.
sample, right?
So, Miss Ifin, as you as an HR, I was just wondering, who is the customer of HR?
Well, that also we are talking about the perspective, right? If we are only think that HR is only doing the HR stuff, then we just think that our customer is only employees. That's all, right? But then when we're thinking that we can do more as an HR person to become not only a business partner, but also can extend the role as a business leader, then the HR person should know that the customer is actually not only the employee, but also the community, and then the team, the other team, the investor, or maybe it depends on the kind of the industry of the company. But uh, but basically, it's not only employee, but also the other stakeholders like management, like investor, and the business partner is also part of our customers.
Wow. Oh, okay. So it's a lot of, I mean, it's not only employees, right? Other people,
Exactly.
others, part of people, yeah. Okay. So what are the challenges for you being in
Sorry.
HR?
Yeah, of course,
What,
a lot of challenge to become an HR, because again, HR is actually in the middle of the position is in the middle, right? They're supposed to be the part of the employee who can bring the aspiration from the employee, right? But the other side, the HR as a business partner or business leader, it's part of the management team, right? That they should think about the business, they should think about the budget and everything. And it's become a challenge from the HR person how they can balance the position as a person who can deliver or can support the aspiration from the employee, but the other hand, they still have to support the business itself and how to make the business keep growing. This kind of challenge that has to be managed by the HR person and has to be balanced in the position. That's the challenge.
okay, that's a challenge. But you could overcome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 18 years, yeah. Okay, so any insight, Miss Kimmy?
Well, because of the pandemic era, I think uh, many employees get stressful from the
Exactly.
institution, from the job
Exactly.
and the family. So,
Exactly.
uh, what do you did for them to get a problem solved about that about their stress, and
Mm-hmm.
what your plan for the for your job, especially the future plan to develop your employee or employee around of you.
Okay. Yes, this pandemic has given impact to all of business, many business people. I mean, it's give a lot of impact, of course, right? From the economic side, from the business, we can see it, the impact. And I know it's not an easy task when I was an HR at that time as well, right? When organization has to decide to reduce the employee, they have to cut the FTE, the employee. It's really not the ideal task that we feel happy to do it, right? Especially for the HR person. And I was in that situation and it feel me so bad. But however, again, we have to be professional, right? We have to be uh, we have to be still give an empathy as well to the employee. That's the balance that we have to do in our position. And then if you ask me what is the solution, I think again we need to focus with the people, because everything what happened, it's depend on people, right? So even though we have to face the bad situation, the important thing is how we keep think positively with the situation, how we still keep happy to ourselves, to our environment. So that's why it is important for us knowing our business, knowing our customer in very well. Once we know, but before we know themselves, we should know ourselves. What is our strength? What is our weakness? How we can uh, treat better to our customer. That's why by knowing ourselves, then we can start to help other people. And then if you're asking about what is the action, maybe one of the action is at that time I create share your patient. Share your patient program is uh, we give a room for the employee to share anything, maybe to share what they've done in their job. They can share about themselves, they can share, because by giving a room to the employee to share what in their mind, it can also help them to release, right, what in their inside. But the other hand, it's also to help them to get appreciation for them, even though only get a clap from the audience, even though only for get a say thank you. It's also part of the simple things that we can give to the other, but we should know that it can impact a lot to the personality, to ourselves, because we are as a human being. We are not a robot, so that's why we need to know about ourselves. It's really important.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. So, uh, very good program, you know. But is that the main program, or do you have other any innovation or out of the box program? Do you have it?
Well, it's I would not say that there is really out of the box program or something special. No, what I can say is actually it's just like a common program. But sometimes this common program, sometimes uh, organization ignore it. They think that it's just a simple thing. It's just like nothing to do. But when you try to communicate with people, try to discuss, mingle with other, these simple things mostly is mean a lot to them.
Okay. Okay. So, as an intuiting, you can also like develop new things, right? Create something new for them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The create something new, or also not always something something totally new, but we can improve what we already have, and then we fix it to be a better program.
Wow. Okay, so how is it, Miss Kimmy? So she can be a good HR as well. She can develop new things.
Yes, very good example. But I'm so curious something. Miss Yuvin, did you ever someone or your institution not accepted your idea, especially for your program or your problem solve
Of course,
to the what do you
definitely.
do?
It's common. It's common happen in the organization that I've been working
Yes.
for. I mean, not always my idea accepted by management and then well implemented. No, it's common. That's why this we are talking about the maturity, right? When we become grow up and become as a mature person, that's really important that when we work as a team, we it's not always the idea, our idea will be accepted by the management and well implemented. So for me, I don't mind, right? I don't mind, but then if one idea cannot be accepted, then we should try the other idea. So we should have never give up character in our side, because when intuiting doesn't have any patient anymore, then they don't want to do anything at all. So that's why I need to
Yes.
keep maintain that patient in my mind, in my heart as well.
So
Wow.
how did you do
Well,
that? 18 years.
That's why if I cannot keep maintain myself, keep positive, of course I cannot quite along in the same field, in the same area. That's why being positive, set your mindset to be as a positive person, that is very important.
yes, that's very
Yeah.
important. Miss Evin, because of we are intuiting, sometimes intuiting have a many idea, but
Exactly.
still difficult to implement all idea.
Exactly.
Sometimes someone cheat our idea. Uh, what do you what do you feel and what will you do when you get or you find someone cheat your idea?
Well, as a human being, at the first time, of course, sometimes we feel, oh my God, so feel angry inside, right? Doesn't like that person. Oh, I don't like her. I don't like him. It's human being, right? But again, after that moment, sometimes we just need like a 1 or 2 days, right? And then we start to again rethink again. I always put my mindset, what is actually your life goals? We should think what will be the end. If you only think what happened now, if you only think only about yourself, then you can feel hurted for so long, right? But if you think and believe about the future, and you believe about the God, and you believe about this life, it will keep that life have a cycle and keep running the cycle. You will only take like 2 or 3 days because you already
Oh, so
set your
why?
mindset.
Wow. Okay. So,
That's a sample make
oh,
you
just
intuiting, right?
Exactly.
mm. Okay. So, we just want to say hi to our viewers. Please, if you have any questions, you can just write it down, and we'll answer right away. So, this is the last question, Miss Ipin. Okay. So, could you give any tips for other intuiting people or people who are focusing in HR about a mindset? Why do they have to? I mean, when they're working in HR, do they just have to do HR because of HR, or how is it?
Well, so it's focused more into HR person, yeah?
Yeah. No, I mean, give perspective for HR person in sensing view, thinking,
Yeah.
and the other STIFIn.
Well, if we are as a HR person and doing the HR stuff in the current situation, my tip is actually just a simple, just start to have a business acumen, right? Not only think about the HR itself. So you need to work closely with other department. You need to know what is actually happen in one branch on another branch. Sometimes you have a make a call with the salesperson. Just want to know what happened in your branch. Is there any problem with the business? It's simple way actually, but you need to start with it. Because once you know about the business acumen, once you know about your customer, once you know about your employee, then it's more easy for you to find the good solution or giving an advice to the business as well.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think, Miss Kimmy?
So amazing when I see Miss STIFIn because of when in STIFIn we have a level characteristic or level personality from personality. Miss STIFIn understand her personality, and then the next level about a moral about um morality. Miss STIFIn have a morality, and this is make me curious about what a creativity which ever Miss STIFIn made it and share
Okay.
to the others. May I know about your creativity, your clarity, and especially your spirituality as an intuitive introvert?
Yeah. When we are talking about the creativity, I think in my journey, one of the decision to leave my last company and then I start a new business, like I mentioned before, I even don't know about this business before, right? But then I I don't mind. I keep have a fight to make it happen, right? And I think the meaning of the creativity is not always create or make something like we make a like
Products,
a
maybe?
product or something, right? But for me, the creativity is how we can solve any challenge or solve our problem in our way to make a win-win solution. That's also part of the creativity because we challenge our mind, we challenge our brain how to find the solution. That's for me the meaning of the creativity. Because if you're asking me about the
So
creativity
deep.
about drawing or I'm not that kind of person. That
Oh,
Oh,
so deep a meaning from the creativity.
yeah.
So
So
we can take the line from the creativity is not only about the product, but
exactly.
creativity can be find from our mind, our new idea to give a problem solve to help many people around of us, right?
Yes, and also how you can make your dream come true, even though you have to face a lot of challenge in front of you. You have to be
Yes, the true
creative,
of
right?
intuiting. You always said about the dream. Dream is the key of life for intuiting.
Exactly.
wow. Nice. I mean, it's new thing. My husband is also intuiting but extrovert. But it's true, you know what? Yeah, what Miss Ifin said, everything. It's true. It's just difference. Like my husband is like Miss Kimmy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. For me as intuiting extrovert, I think it's the same like Miss Yvin. We have great dreams because without dream, I think difficult for intuiting to life. But the challenge for me because if Miss Yvin have a coach, her husband as instinct, I have the mentor, my husband as
Ah,
a
it's
thinking person.
thinking.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay, so
Because
hi. Yeah.
sorry, just want to add because actually, even though we have a coach or mentor, it doesn't mean this person is always say yes or have the same character or personality with us, right? Sometimes we have to find a different way of thinking. Sometimes we have to debate. But again, the circulation of the relationship, these two different personality genetic, it can complete each other. Is it right, Kimi?
Yes. Right, because we have the circle supporter and circle like what can I say when in Indonesia menaklukkan? In English, what
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
defeat.
Yes,
To defeat.
because like from sensing support thinking support instinct
Yeah,
support intuiting support feeling, and feeling support sensing.
sensing.
But how about your children, Miss Yvin? What kind of personality genetic from your three boys?
My first son is same like me. He's intuiting introvert as well. So before I know about Steven, I feel like I cannot manage my son, you know. It seems like what I
Oh
said to
yeah,
him, he did differently with what I said to him or with I suggest to him, right? But after knowing about Stephen, and again, Stephen also give us a guidance after we know our personality. It's not only stop on that step, right? We need to be a better person by upgrading to the next level, right? How about the morality and then spirituality, right? So that's why I start to learn, and of course I have to uh, start to know about myself, and then I also have to find a way how to be a better person first, and then after I done with myself, and then I start to coach my son, right? So now I can feel that we just like, like a friend. Before, maybe I put myself as a parent with the higher, like a bureaucracy, right? And then when I put my position as a friend, they feel so convenient with me. You feel convenient with me, and then we can talk each other, we can share each other, and it makes our relationship become better, I think. That's for my first son as an intuiting introvert. And then the second one is feeling extrovert. And
oh,
yeah, as a feeling, of course, I support him, right? And his characteristic is more as a calm person. So for me, it's not too difficult to manage the second one, right? But the challenge again is the third one. She's a sensing person. Look to Sandy,
yes.
keep smiling.
Sensing extrovert or introvert, Miss
Miss
Yvin?
Sen,
Ipin. Miss Ipin, you should
yes.
ask my husband. No, you
Ah,
should
yeah.
ask my husband.
Yeah.
How
I should
hard?
control.
How hard?
I should call him. Yeah. Yeah. See, he's sensing introvert. For the first
Oh,
time,
sensing introvert.
yes,
Yeah.
he keep moving and moving, and seems like he has a lot of energy, never stop, and then never feel tired. Once he feels tired, it just like boop, and then
Go
he
to
sleeps.
sleep.
Yeah. Because I have
Can
a
you
son
imagine
sensing too. My
how
son
this
is
concept?
sensing, so I so understand about your feel. How about when, as a mom, we are intuiting and we have the son sensing. Very
Exactly.
make us tired.
Really tired and really uh, make my energy like take it off from him, right? I mean, it's also one of
Yeah.
my reason actually. I mean, I still have my the third one is actually just like 6 year old, right? So then after 18 years working as an HR person, I mean, working as a career mom, and then I start to think about my family, right? You know, sensing, he can just adapt easily, and he just like see something and then suddenly just repeat 2 and 3 times, and then he or she can just being an expert, right? Can you imagine?
Yes. I.
That's why I a bit worried actually. I a bit worried actually. If I cannot give a good environment to my son, then I don't want him to have another uh, as a role play. I mean, as a become a role for him. That's why it's one of my reason as well to give a better role for
Yeah.
him.
I think that's most of the career woman's reason to quit their job. Children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, if you still have, maybe different if you already have a teenager, but it depends. We cannot just judge this as in general, right? But for me, like having like 5, 6 years old children is very important. Even though I already missed that moment in my two sons, so that's why I don't want to miss this moment as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. Miss Kimmy, I want to ask one question. What if the son is instinct and the father is intuiting? How does this work?
The son instinct and
Okay, my
father
son is, yeah,
intuiting.
my son is
So
instinct.
the son support the father, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So, uh, for the father, this is be a challenge for the father to open the way from the son
Mhm.
Yeah.
because the son is intuiting. So,
The sun instinct, right? The sun instinct or
Yeah,
intuiting?
the son
instinct.
instinct and the
Instinct.
father intuiting.
Yeah.
So the son support the father and the father open the way from instinct. I mean open the way is open the way of success for her son, for his son.
So you mean like facilitating him like that?
Yes, like something like this. The father have a many idea. The son is the best faster executor as an instinct.
Mhm.
So the father can give an idea for the son to make something to execute for the son and accompany the son to be a develop to be better than before.
Oh, okay. So like they what do you call it? They make a special project together. The father gives the idea and the
Yes,
son starts doing the project like that. Yeah.
yes. Like do you know that the example like Miss Miss Dempsey and her son. Miss
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mrs. Dempsey's son is instinct, and Miss Dempsey is intuiting. So Miss Dempsey have an idea for the business, and the son the execute Miss
Ah,
Dempsey
okay,
idea.
okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, something
Understand.
like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi, to our viewers. I mean, they're so quiet, not like the previous two sessions. Yeah, I mean, maybe they are watching, amazed with Miss Ifin, how she went through her process in the HR, I think. Okay, so we have another 9 minutes. If anyone would like to ask, say hi to Miss Ifin or anything, or to Miss Kimmy about Ifin, please do so. And what are we going to talk about now? So, Miss Ifin, have you met anyone from other personal genetics in while you work as an HR?
Yeah, of course. There's, I mean, even though in the organization we didn't do any STIFIn test yet, but of course, it's a common that we will find so many different characteristics in the organization, right? Hello, who's the name?
I'm sorry. This is the feeling girl. This is the feeling girl.
Feeling girl. Hello, feeling girl. What's your name?
Say hi. What's your name? Camila. Camila.
Camila. Camila. Hi,
Yeah.
Camila.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Bye. She always wants to show her face when her mom is working.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Feeling.
the feeling need popularity.
Yeah. Popularity.
And feeling need
Kim.
someone beside her or him, right? He need
Yeah.
he need to be a company. He need to be feeling happy, right?
And this is Daddy's lover, and Daddy only comes after 4 weeks, and tomorrow Daddy will come.
Because the daddy intuiting, right? Intuiting
Yeah,
support
yeah.
feeling, right?
And then mommy is happy. Yeah, mommy is happy because Daddy take care of all
Because
the
mommy
children
have
for
your
me.
own time.
Yeah.
Mommy have me time.
Yeah, me time.
Mommy have a me time.
So, sometimes it's very fun, yeah, when we meet other people and then they're from different personal genetics, and we can understand their character. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like in HR, we have also some concept that quite familiar. I mean, quite well known, like DISC, MBTI. That's also quite familiar in HR to guide an HR person knowing about the personality itself. Because by knowing the personality itself, it's also give an insight for the HR person how to motivate and also how to support the team or try to combine each other between subordinate and also with the manager, for example. But then when I try to combine the concept of the ST and the STIFIn, it is true that in DSJ, because I already joined the training itself about the DSJ, in their perspective, we can just easily to change the personality itself, right? But here, what makes me curious about the STIFIn is actually only talking about the 20% of ourselves, right? Because what we learn is about the positioning of our brain, right? But this 20% basically become a mandatory because the 80%, which actually it's only influence, right? As an influence, which this influence can be changed and can be modified to make this 20% become as a naturally personality genetic, and then to find the best or the potential one. Is it correct, Miss Kimmy?
That's right. because the most
Mhm.
important is 20% because that's our basic genetic, because that's our uh from ourselves, and then 80% because of environment, our environment. So that's 80% give impact to 20%. Well,
Mhm.
anyway, we have a question from one of a viewer. This is
Mhm.
Ismail Al-Muari. Well, Miss Ifin, how do you handle in HR if your employee is not performing? Also from Steven's perspective. Well,
Okay. Yes. If the employee not perform, so from the and then it's from the Stephen perspective, then it would be better if we already know the personality genetics, so it can it's more easier for us as a HR how to give a solution, of course. So first, we should know what is the personality genetic itself. But before that, we should digging about the problem. What makes them or makes him or her not perform in the job? Because sometimes people can just easily judge not perform without doing coaching by the manager first. I mean, it's really important from the managers to digging and have a talk or coaching session to their team before they judge or giving a judging that this person is not perform, because being not perform, in my opinion, there is a lot of factors we should looking for. I mean, is there any external factors? I mean, is there any mistakes that he or she did to make to make him or her not perform? Is there any related with the any support or facilitation that they should get? So we should make a coaching session first and start to put our ear to listen from their perspective. That's my opinion. And then after that, Stephen can be as a tool, because we are talking Stephen as a concept, right? So we can use Stephen as a tool for giving an advice how to help this person to become a motivated employee again, and how they can show the best of them, but in the way using the Stephen concept. For example, we have an instinct person, right? And then this instinct person suddenly judged as person who's not performed. But from Stephen perspective, we have to be careful with this kind of the personality genetic. Why? Because instinct is the characteristic who's naturally, if they're doing something, they're not finished. It's not naturally like that. The way of the brain, the operation system of their brain, they're not easily not finish their job. And then the other hand, these
totally
instinct persons, why they're not intends not to finish their job? Because sometimes the calling of their heart to helping each other, it's bigger than other. So there are, when they see other person need their help, this person, this instinct person, just automatically, the brain operation system, automatically will help the other person, even though his or her own job is actually it's not done yet. So this kind of the situation that we need to digging more, and then we can use a Stephen concept as a tools, as a reference to give an advice or to give a solution to make them more motivated. That's my answer. Maybe Miss Kimmy
agree.
can add something about my example.
Yes, the rule of a STIFIn, when we see the personality a person around of us, one of the rules, we don't ever you judge yourself or around of people around of you. Do you sound like that? Uh, I'm intuiting, and I have creativity. I have idea, but sometimes intuiting forget for everything which ever did. So difficult for us to remember or to remember something. So this we cannot to say when when we cannot do like apa ya, recitation or like in Muslim, like we cannot recitation of Al Quran. We cannot say like that. We can give a recitation of Al Quran, but the different way. So this is not, this is cannot be adoration. And the example for we cannot judge the other, something like this. Uh, sensing sensing like a person which something a person who like to action but difficult to think about a future. So we cannot judge the and the future, and sensing have a orientation in the realistic, especially about the money. So we cannot judge the sensing is materialistic person. We cannot judge like that because, however, everybody need the money, but the way to get the money is different. If a sensing get the money from the realistic the way to get the real of money, but for intuiting, want to get the money from the science of the way, from the word to change the world, and the thinking get the money from the position, and the instinct get the money from the network to help the other around of the instinct person, and the feeling get the money from the popularity, from a friendship, to get a friendship and influencing people around of the feeling to take a money. So I think everybody need money for the orientation of life, for survive of life. But everybody have a different why. So we cannot just one person to the other person.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yay. Nice
Well,
answer.
I have
Very clear.
I want to know about Miss Yuvin. I ever learned about uh MBTA, about the ESC, and I learned about us, Stephen. In our personality, we have a phenotype personality. Phenotype personality we can see from the MBTA and the ESC.
Yes.
That our 1,000% from our personality because of a phenotype. The personality from the phenotype, we can see 20% for our genetic and 80% for our uh,
External.
environment. So, what did you do when you get a different result from your client or your employee around of you from the result in the SK, MBTA, and Stephen, the example. My MBTA have a result extrovert, intuition, thinking, judging. But in the SK, I have the result is an influencer. But in Stephen, I have the result as intuiting, extrovert, personality, genetic. What did you do to the person have a different result, something like that.
Okay. Maybe I try to answer your question, even though I didn't have a chance to have this kind of the situation yet. But like you said, that the DISC and MBTI is actually the way we got the result is actually by doing or completing the questionnaire, right? Right?
Yes, right.
And the situation when we complete the questionnaire, it's very unpredictable. I mean, we never know about that current situation. Maybe you are in the good mood, maybe you are not in the a good situation, or maybe at that time you just feel so unhappy, right? But STIFIn is actually, no matter the situation, it's try to identify the brain operation, right? The operation system. So what no matter the situation, the result of the STIFIn, it will be the same, even though you do like 2 or 3 times, then the result will be the same, right? So
Yes,
that's
right.
why if there are a different situation, then we need to dig again, because at the end, we can still get the red line, what is the natural personality genetic, because we need to look at from which perspective actually this methodology or this concept looking at this personality genetic. So we need to know more about that differences.
Yes. That I think that is so a difference because when we back to our genetic, the genetic like something which never changes in our life from our birth until our die.
Exactly.
So when we back to get a problem, we will be automatically use our genetic. But
Yep.
about the our phenotype in 100%,
Mm-hmm.
we sometimes we need to think first to before to do. That's so different with a genetic because a genetic automatically we will action to do, and a phenotype need a process because a phenotype not only our genetic but need impact from our environment.
Exactly. So that's why the difference between STIFIn concept with the other, right?
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And STIFIn concept for me is very easy. I mean, it's the most easiest from other concept, right?
Yeah,
So that
exactly.
we can learn for not only for work, not only for business, but also for our family.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
Stephen
And
I
many relevant to many aspects in our life.
yeah.
yes.
I can
Okay.
say
So I
this
think
also.
hmm?
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with you. It's for me, it's because I already prove it with my family, and within these 2 years, it's answer all of my confusing, all of my questioning how to manage the children. That's true. That's what happened actually. Thank you.
I think that happened to me as well.
Yes,
Okay. So.
of course. That's so
So,
helpful.
yeah, I think we've already 1 hour talking with Miss Ipin. Thank you very much, Miss
Thank
Ini.
you.
Also, thank you very
Yeah,
much,
my
and
pleasure.
thank you for all the viewers who has been with us. So, we would like to end this talk show with our intuiting introvert, and you can still see our recorded live show in Instagram TV of STIFIn Studio. So she said she wants followers.
Ah.
Yeah. So okay,
Yes, you
thank you for
can.
Miss Ifin, Miss Kimmy, and everyone. We will see you next week with another guest star. Stay tuned in STIFIn Studio. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Assalamualaikum
Bye.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Bye bye, Kimila.
Bye.